What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this one's going to be kind of like a quick update. I haven't done one of these in a while, so I thought I would, go and make an update video. So this is kind of being filmed intertwined with the Boosted Mafia video you guys will see tomorrow at some point. Basically, this is just an update on the channel, how it's been, what's going on next, and just announcing some stuff. I apologize for the noise you may have just heard. I'm filming this on OBS versus on using the webcam that I actually have on here. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is what's coming next. Currently, we're in the process of getting ready to start the Mega Project Part 2 because a lot of you guys know my Sport Trac seems to be having some sort of issue. We're basically looking at one of two things, either a head gasket leak or a blown head gasket, which is, I'm just going to say head gasket's its own category of things. And either we're looking at the head gasket or a coolant line that runs underneath the fuel intake system. We were trying to get a hold of this mechanic to come out all week and check it out himself, but all of a sudden he keeps pushing things back, and then eventually stops replying to my dad altogether. My dad was the one who contacted him in the first place, so it sucks, and it's looking like we may have to take things into our own hands to take care of this truck and get it back on the road. So the mega project a second mega project, I should say, may happen this weekend as well. This weekend's gonna be just a big cluster of videos being filmed at once. Of course, we got the standard boosted mafia vlog, which I'm working on right now. I'm currently waiting on Michael to get here so I can film the next part of that video. Of course, we'll have the mega meet tomorrow night. You guys will see a video on that. Probably Tuesday. I'll probably have the mega meet video done for Tuesday's video because like I said, it's going to be really hard for me to film a lot during the week and edit it and upload it and all that stuff on time. Of course, Sunday is Caffeine and Octane. I will be there, so if you guys are out to meet me for whatever reason or just want to say hi or whatever, you're fans of the channel, whatever, if you're in the area, come out to Caffeine and Octane in Atlanta at the Perimeter Mall and say hello, because I'll be out there roaming around and stuff, and it'd be cool to meet some of you guys. Currently, the plan is it'll be myself, MG Productions, and Kindlestone at that event. So come say hello to us if you can. Like I said, the Sport Trac is out of commission, so it won't be anywhere this weekend, which is a little bit different because usually when I drive that thing around, I'm usually at every single event on the weekend. So, of course, it's never been to Caffeine and Octane. That's one thing I haven't taken it to, but it's been to all the little Boosted Mafia meets around here and stuff. So it kind of sucks I can't take it out tonight, but it's just what happens with it. So that's kind of the case of what's going on with that. So basically, a lot of automotive stuff this week. It's going to be kind of hectic. Next thing I want to talk about is gaming videos, and that's something I have not done in a while. I purchased this computer, and I got the headset, I got the mouse all for gaming, but I haven't done any gaming videos since. Basically, the thing with that was, a lot of games I play are really hard for me to record. It's just Gran Turismo, anything on PS2 is really hard for me to record because I don't have a capture device. I don't have like an Elgato or anything like that. Of course, now that I'm able to, be able to buy stuff, I can eventually now get one, and I'm probably going to try to get a hold of one eventually that's used for use on the PS2 and PS3, since those are two systems I kind of have a fondness for. Because I can use display record on PS4, and I don't really do a lot of filming on the Xbox anymore because the games I'm going to be getting that I'm going to be bringing to the channel are compatible with both. I'm going to go ahead and have to say that Forza 7 I'm shooting to get on launch day. I don't know for sure if that's going to happen or not. It may not be exactly on launch day. It really just depends on how things stand. If I can, I'll get it on launch day. We'll be set and ready to go. If I can't, it sucks. So that's kind of what's been going on with that. Plus, like I've said in the past, I haven't had as much of a drive as I usually do to do gaming videos. I don't have a lot of friends to play with. Obviously, all the games I usually only play racing games, so it's really hard for me to find anything else to play with or any racing games to play with anybody per se. Because Michael, doesn't have a lot of time on his hands. I don't have a lot of time to play with him. MG and I, me and Kason, we only play Gran Turismo 6. Obviously, I can't record that without it being in crap quality. So I have gotten complaints about that in the past, so I'm just kind of staying away from it until I can get a capture card. I will be picking up Gran Turismo Sport eventually. That's kind of like second on my list. besides Forza 7, because as I've said in the past, my PS4 just doesn't cooperate. It's broken. The disk drive doesn't work right, and it's kind of disappointing because, like I've said in the past, I hold a really strong loyalty to Sony. I mean, my first console was a PS2, and it's the exact one that sits in my room. It was the first console I played. Of course, I mean, you can also say I have a little bit brand loyalty to Nintendo because I have a bunch of Nintendo consoles in here as well. But my home console loyalty has always been Sony, the PlayStation line, and the PS4 kind of upset me with how it's messed up, and I can't do anything about it. I mean, I've done it. I've done all the homebrew fixes. It's either that or I send it back and get a new one, which is just a hassle, and it's just a giant mess right now. I just don't want to have to send it back because it's just so difficult, Because I mean, I don't play it a lot anymore because of this issue. It's really hard to play, so that's kind of why I haven't done anything with PS4. It's also partially the reason I got the Xbox. I kind of got the Xbox because, the PS4's quality issues that I have. I probably have a bad egg PlayStation. It's probably not all PS4s are like this, but I've heard it's a pretty big problem with the disc ejection issues. I've made a couple of videos on it before. I don't know where they are on the channel. I probably have to go digging pretty far. Um, Really, in true honesty, the only PlayStation console we've had that has not had any issues is our PS2. The PS3, of course, had a hard drive failure last year that I had to take care of. The PS4, it's doing whatever it does. So it's kind of annoying to have both of our big PlayStation consoles out of commission. Well, I mean, they both work, but I mean, it was at one point they were both out of commission, and it really annoyed me because it was the only consoles we had that played any modern games that had online capabilities and stuff. So that was kind of a mess. And of course, I got the Xbox for Forza, and just because I wanted something different. So eventually, that'll be moved down to my room because I partially it's because I don't have an HDMI TV. I still have an SD TV. I'm that old. Um, so that's why I've only been able to play PS2 in here. That's why I don't have the Xbox hooked up. And it's kind of another reason why I haven't done much videos with it is I don't have the Xbox in an accessible place to film. Because when I go upstairs to film on the loft area, which is where it currently sits, it's really hard to film because everyone's up there, and that's basically where everyone but me lives upstairs. I live in the basement, so or not really a basement. It's the main level of the house, but yeah, it's just a mess with how that's going, and that's why I haven't done much gaming stuff. The last thing I want to update you guys on is kind of like what's going on. Let's see, what can I talk about? What's coming next for the truck, I guess. I guess we'll talk more about the truck. So, I do plan on ordering new parts soon. I've got my eyes on some supertone horns. Pretty popular with the Subarus, but I was like, I think they'd look kind of cool to have on the truck. So I think I'm going to pick a set of those up. They're relatively inexpensive on eBay, so that's kind of where I'm going next. And eventually, I do want to get a keyless entry push button start conversion. For multiple reasons. One, because carrying a key around in my pocket is really sketchy. Because the one key I have for the truck is bent, and it's just not in good shape. And I'm thinking maybe if I can get a hold of a push button start system that comes with the fobs, it'll kill multiple birds with one stone. For those who don't know, I have an XLS Sport Trac instead of an XLT, so the XLS doesn't have keyless entry or anything like that. So it's the old school, if to turn the key in the lock kind of stuff, and it's kind of inconvenient, especially when you're trying to rush to get somewhere because you have to unlock your door, then get in, hit the unlock button again, unlock everybody else, and then everyone's irritated at you because you took too long to open the doors, and it's kind of a mess. So I think getting keyless entry will be great, and it's on my hit list of things. The push button's kind of just for added convenience because like I said, only have one key and it's broken. It's kind of broken, so I do need to get like either a second key made, which is really expensive for that truck. I believe they said it was like $230 to get another key made. Um, I believe that's a blank as well, so it won't even start the truck, to my knowledge. I don't know. But it's just a really big mess, and I'd rather, pay $150 to get a full keyless entry system, two key fobs, and a button start system versus going out and paying $230 just to get another key made that doesn't unlock the doors that doesn't unlock all four doors at once, I should say, and it probably won't even start the truck. So it's kind of annoying with that, and it's kind of one of my next big things. That'll be an extensive wiring job because we'll have to wire it into the power locks and all that stuff. The truck does have power locks. That's one advantage. um, that's kind of one thing I'll be looking at, just getting that hooked up and being able to hit a button to unlock all the doors. Have the fob. Eventually, I'd like to get push button start put in, or not push button start, or remote start put in. and for the winter, so when I go to class, I can just hit a button before I leave. The truck's already warmed up. I've got the heat going, so I get in, and it's super nice. Because why not? Um, that's one thing that does work on the interior. I've mentioned in videos in the past my AC don't work, but my heat does, so it's really handy to have. So um, basically, besides the horns and the keyless entry, I'm going to be focusing on getting the U-bolts finally, because now that I'm able to, I'm just waiting to hear back from a guy that my dad was going to talk to, because the guy knows a lot about custom making U-bolts, and that's our problem. Is I need custom U-bolts because the ones that came in the Beltec kit I ordered don't fit. In fact, they were the wrong size. They actually were shorter than the stock U-bolts. That's how bad it was. They sent, like, the site I ordered it from sent me the entire wrong bolts altogether. The blocks were fine. The blocks are 3-inch blocks. They did their job, but the bolts themselves were wrong. And like I said, I couldn't send them back. They were going to charge me 15% to send them back. I'm not paying for something I can't use. That's stupid. So I just was like, I'll just keep what I got and just get custom U-bolts. It's not that expensive. So that's kind of what we're doing there with that. I think with all that said, thank you guys again for watching this little update video. It was a lot longer than I wanted it to be. I'm looking at it right now. It's like 11 minutes. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.